My name is Chloe, and this is the Feed or Flow podcast, where you'll find authentic conversations on how to get your period back and restore your metabolism from years of disordered eating, low-calorie diets, and excessive exercise regimes. No trendy diets of celery juice and broccoli sprouts will be found here. Rather, my mission is to teach you balance and how the foods you've most likely cut out of your diet are the very ones that are essential for health. It's time we stop fearing food and embrace all that it can do for us. Food freedom, vivacious health, and a monthly menstrual cycle is possible, and I'm going to show you how to achieve this type of wellness without obsession.
My eating disorder behaviors every single day, my thoughts, I was consumed, I was calorie counting, I was really unhappy, especially compared to now. I mean, I didn't realize, I guess, how happy I could be and free I could be. So it's a lot. And I like doing those comparison pictures just because I think people read that kind of stuff, because they see it, you can see the difference. And a lot of people tell me now, they're like, oh, you're glowing. And honestly, I'm like, yeah, I really am. Like, I really feel like I am. So there's so much more life inside of me, and just I can extend it to the world now, instead of feeling like the world is crumbling around me and I have to survive. I feel like I can give back. I feel like I can not only give to myself, but I can give back, and that just, it feels good.
Well, health is radiance, and it really is not about what your body looks like, but it is about that energy of like freedom, that energy of connected to your body, taking care of yourself, nourishing your body. That emanates a light of just like what you're saying, this glow that people are naturally attracted to. So we get so caught up in the looks of it all, and oh, I'll only get a boyfriend or a partner or whatever if I look a certain way. But like that's not what it's about. It's about who you are, the energy you give off. And that's what's attractive to other people, not even just with a partner, but friends and, trying to get a job and all that. People are going to look at you for what you're giving off and not actually like your pant size, if that makes sense. But I think it's so important that you do those things, because all we see online is just picture after picture after picture of these models who look a certain way, and it's so easy to be envious and be like, see, their life's amazing, they're in Mallorca on a yacht like doing this photo shoot, but we don't see the behind the scenes of, and they haven't eaten for a couple days, or they're obsessed about calories and their hair is falling out, they don't have a period, they have all these issues. We don't see that in the photo because it's so curated to look like perfection and to look so envious of like their life. So
yeah. And I want to say something too really quick before you go on. Let me just give a little model secrets. It's not really a secret, but when you go out and do photography, it's not like iPhone photography where they take 4 or 5 whatever pictures. You have hair and makeup, first of all. You have typically a stylist, and you have a location, and you have a professional photographer, and that professional photographer will typically give you, like, I've gotten 1,000 pictures back from one test shoot before. That's like extreme, but there's times that I've gotten 100 pictures back, or 200 pictures back, or even, like I said, 1,000 pictures back. And models will post, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those huge amount of photos that they taken, and of course they're going to pick the best ones. So it's funny, like, I kind of wish there was like an Instagram account where models were just like giving their, not necessarily worst, but giving their like even average looking pictures, whatever that means, quote average, so people can really see, oh, that person looks totally normal. They just happen to pick the best picture to post. I mean, that's kind of what we do on Instagram, but that's something that models do too. And yeah, like, also not just the lifestyle that models have, but on that yacht, like, honestly, they could be really miserable. Like, I've heard from a lot of my friends, and even from me, really bad experiences being on set and just like not really like vibing with the people around them, and feeling like self-conscious or feeling scared. It's not all that glam, amazing life. Like, you kind of have to navigate the modeling world you have to protect yourself. And there's a lot of negativity around, and I can feel the difference in the shift so much. I used to be with an agency that I don't align with anymore. They don't represent any diverse models with body size. They obviously gave me toxic information about how I should and shouldn't be. I didn't feel appreciated by them. Now I'm with agents who appreciate me. They say will have work at any body size that you are. They support me. I can, book out for a week and they don't make me feel bad about it. I can choose which castings I want to go to and what castings I don't want to go to. And even the jobs that I get now, like back then, like I said, I was working these e-com jobs, and I was working with all these other thin models, and clients who only want to pick thin models, like especially clients who don't even want to have diversity in race, sexual orientation, like gender, like especially those models even worse. But I was experiencing a lot of toxicity just from clients on set, and the energy was just dead. Like the energy was so dead back in the day when I was sick and I was working, versus now when I work, I feel so aligned with the clients I'm working for, and the models that they hire are typically like diverse, and they're like wonderful people who are so real. And like I just booked an athletic campaign where they just celebrated diversity in the campaign, and so the energy on set was beautiful, and I just felt alive, and I felt so good working for this company, whereas before I didn't feel good about the clients I was working for, so it just goes to show that it doesn't have to be so black and white, I guess, and things that shifted for me are really obvious now. And I really appreciate the fact that I'm still able to model now, because there definitely is some good in it. And I feel it's shifting, but I'm happy to be on like the good side of it at this point. It feels like, at least.
No, it definitely is shifting. I was actually having a conversation with my sister yesterday as I was driving back home with her from LA, and she was talking about how she actually doesn't buy clothes anymore from places that don't have diversification of models. It like really, really upsets her. And that is something that I've been noticing a lot more on a lot of different sites that I used to shop on. And I'll go on and try and find some new clothes. And it really, I just love seeing a diversity of races, a diversity of sizes, just a bigger diversity. And I think more and more companies they're doing this. They are getting that, okay, this isn't right what we had before. And I definitely see that in your work. You do a lot of work that is just the energy when you look at that work is just better, because like you're saying, modeling's not bad, taking pictures aren't bad, like you're selling clothes, yeah, we need to see it on someone, like that's not bad. But it was the lack of diversification, the pressure they put on these models to look a certain way, that's what became very toxic. So I love that you really have stood up for yourself, and you're finding those agencies that are doing the right thing and that are promoting positive body image, so that these girls can now go on and they can shop for clothes and they can see people who represent what their body naturally looks like, and not feel like they need to change their body shape so that those clothes will look good.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much. And it makes so much sense that we would be conscious consumers in that way. And I'm at this point, if a brand isn't doing something for, that, if they're not doing some work in that department, and if they're just continuing to use thin white women for every single thing that they do, I think no. I think it's about time that I don't know. I don't love cancel culture, but I'm just like, come on, these brands need to like get their act together. So I do really appreciate that.
So I have 2 more questions for you, Kate.
Thanks for listening to this short clip from the Feeder Flow podcast. To listen to the rest of the show, head on over to your favorite podcast app like iTunes or Spotify. If your period has gone MIA, you're going to want to get her back. She's important for your health and misses you dearly. I've created a juicy online course designed to teach you everything I wish I knew about getting my period back, restoring my metabolism and cultivating a healthy, nourishing relationship with food. The Get Your Flow On course is designed to empower and inspire you to achieve full recovery. Head on over to www.flowwithchlo.com to sign up.